Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dashcast. My name is Curtis Dasch. Couldn't figure that out. And joined with me, as always, is Mr. Brandon Kalango. Say
Hey
hello.
everyone. Yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, so we're just gonna jump right into this since we're gonna be doing these a little bit shorter. We got to talk about let's talk about Clippers Nuggets before we do anything else. Just the Clippers in general. Doc Rivers becomes the only coach in NBA history to blow a 3-1 lead three times, twice with the Clippers, once with the Magic, if I remember correctly. What's going on in LA with the Clippers, Brandon? Like, why?
They were just complacent. They thought that the Lakers were the only team that they prepared for. They built that team to beat the Lakers, and they forgot to they forgot about the challenge in front of them, which was the Nuggets.
I mean, Jokic had a game. Jokic had a game. 16 points, 13 dimes, and 22 rebounds. Whew.
He had a series.
I mean,
I mean,
he is a hell of
he
a
was
player.
crushing them.
I mean, he's a hell of a player. And the Clippers, they blew in three of their four losses there. They blew double-digit leads three times. And like one of them was like a 19-point lead, I think a 16-point lead, and a 12-point lead or something like that, or it might have been a 9-point lead. Either way, they've had leads. They had the chance to knock them out. I have no idea why they cannot put it together, and I feel bad for Kawhi in the sense that he thought he was going to get a Robin to his Batman in Paul George, but Paul George just doesn't exist apparently.
He turned back into George Paul. That's that's what happens. And
Ridiculous.
I don't think Kawhi is really like that. I mean, he didn't have a clutch performance at all. He didn't
I mean, he
really.
didn't play great either.
No
Not in
one
that.
Yeah, no one played really well at all in the fourth quarter. They couldn't make a shot to save their lives, and the Nuggets, they were shooting their shots with conviction, and it felt like they were making every shot they took.
I mean, and nobody wants to see the Clippers do worse than me just because I hate Patrick Beverly with a passion, with a burning passion. And I love the fact that he talks smack to Damian Lillard. And where are you at, Patrick Beverly? Bye bye. Enjoy
I don't
watching the
know. I
finals.
honestly just like Dame. No, man. Like you didn't do anything either. You guys did worse. No, I don't love that at all.
I mean, he just shouldn't be running his
He
mouth
didn't
when he's
even
going to get
knock them
carried his
off.
entire
He
career.
didn't even knock them off. He wasn't even like if
Now,
his team would have knocked them off. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you
yeah,
could
no,
now tweet him, but
yeah.
come on.
And I love that Damian Lillard was like, oh, should I rent a like he said on Twitter, he's like, yeah, should I rent a few extra villas in Cancun? Like talking about his vacation and whatever Patrick Beverly had said to him. I thought that was hilarious. And then C.J. McCollum chimed in. He's like, "Ooh, can I get in on this?" And of course, he just started like ripping on them too. But C.J. McCollum also thought they could win a
Yeah,
championship when he was talking to Durant like 2 years ago. So
yeah.
what the hell does he know? I have to say Jamal Murray played out of his mind too that entire series. I mean, he's been having a pretty dang good playoffs. Now the Nuggets kind of run into what could be a buzzsaw in the Lakers that are playing exceptionally well and they are
Now
rested.
you can't call a one seed a buzzsaw.
Well, isn't that why they're the one seed?
I guess this is all boring to me. Let's talk about the Heat.
We could definitely jump to the Heat here.
Oh,
Let's go ahead and talk about that game one versus the Celtics and just the Heat in general. Your boy Jimmy Buckets hit a pretty clutch shot. Adebayo had a great block. Why don't you go ahead and take the floor on this?
man. From watching this game, just to take you through the roller coaster of emotions. First quarter, Celtics get off to this incredible start. They can't miss a shot. We can't make a shot. However, we remain calm. I'm like, come on, this is there's plenty of time left. But I'm sure some fans were, getting a little nervous. Now
Probably turn the
we
game off.
move in, start moving into the second quarter. Okay, we get a nice little run going. In the third quarter, the refs, there was a good, like, around the 10-minute mark, there was probably a good, like, 5-minute stretch where they were getting every call and just pulling away with the momentum, and they had us down probably at the lowest point of the game from what I remember. And then all of a sudden, fourth quarter hits, and the Heat, they do what they do best. They just kept fighting, kept playing hard. Tyler Hero, I, I whew, talk about a rookie coming out and playing in a playoff game. You just at such a high level. I mean, he was really impressive. I literally at one or two shots called him Tyler my hero because he was that game for a lot of it. And then of course when it came down to the one possession, you sure know Jimmy Butler, I don't even know if he meant to make it that way. He was just going to will the ball in the basket because that's what he does.
That is what he
He
does.
also hit a couple clutch threes, and that's not even his game. It's incredible. He's better at shooting threes in the more clutch the situation is. And uh, of course, Adebayo has the great block to put it away. So I've never been more confident about my Heat team than watching them overcome everything that they went through in that game. They crushed it.
Yeah, I got a shout out to my boy, the Dragon, Goran Dragic here. 29 points, led the Heat there. So, great for him. Like you said, Tyler
Free
Hero, he
throws.
was one dime short of a triple dub. He had nine assists, 11 rebounds, 12 points, clutch shots. I mean, Duncan Robinson really didn't play all that great, but yeah, the rest of the team, Adebayo especially with that block, man. But if Kemba Walker starts shooting well here, the Heat might be in trouble. I just got
He
to throw
did.
that
He
out
hit.
there.
He hit that clutch shot at the end
Well, yeah, he
with
hit
with
one
Tyler
clutch
Hero right up
shot,
in his grill.
but in terms of his percentage over the playoffs, like
But
since I
the
think he started great in the first 3 games, and I read a stat saying he has been shooting very, very poorly this entire
here's the thing
playoffs.
though, the Celtics as a whole shot so well in the beginning of the game. Honestly, throughout the game until right at the end when the Heat took our run. There's no way. So like if he, catches fire, there I don't see that the team will just, all of a sudden that's the missing piece. Like everyone else is due to miss shots too now after that game. It's not like that team their overall shooting was incredible throughout the first three quarters of that game
Well,
and midway through the fourth.
I mean, just to throw this some statistics out here for you, you got the Heat that shot 47% field goals and 44% from 3 point. Then you had the Celtics 44% from field goal and 35% from three. Do I think the Heat are going to continue to shoot 44% from three? There's a pretty dang good chance. They have some clutch shooters, and they took what a whole 7 less shots, I think, 7 less 3 pointers than the Celtics did. The Celtics got to start hitting that. They got to start knocking shots down or putting teams away because the Heat aren't going to go away. They're not just going to
Exactly.
fall
That
away.
it wasn't. I don't think their problem was missing shots. Their problem was stepping on our throats. But apparently, no one's been able to do that because the Heat are just the big shock of the East.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and this is a huge game. I mean, this is a huge series. They are 3 games, 3 wins away from the a finals appearance. With the first one since 2013, 2014. I can't remember when LeBron left, but it is a very, very good possibility that we get something like that happening where we get a LeBron versus a Lakers and Heat.
Oh my God! If that,
And
oh,
and you got to look at
I
Pat Riley
I
too,
would be in
man.
heaven. I would be in heaven because I think I like my Heat in that matchup.
It really just depends on what version of the Lakers we get. I don't know. I mean, I'm going Heat. Like I said, if I'm ready to buy that Vice jersey. I've got my finger on the
Yeah.
buy trigger right now. Like I am ready. I'd absolutely love a reason. Predictions for tonight? Who do you got?
Yeah, I got to stick with my Heat. I love my Heat. I can't pick against my Heat right now.
Yeah, it's tough to pick against them. I am probably gonna go Celtics in this matchup. I think they'll shoot a little bit better. I don't think the Heat will shoot as well. I'm not saying they will shoot poorly. I just don't know if they'll shoot as well as they did.
Man, you didn't feel like the Celtics shot well that game?
I mean, 35% from three is not really all that great
Yeah,
statistically.
but stats are ah, yeah. I mean, just okay, yeah. If you're just taking a look at straight stats, but I don't know. Eye test wise, it felt like they were shooting very well, and maybe it's just because they took more shots, so I just remembered them making more shots.
Maybe. I mean, they only technically made one less field goal than the Heat did, but they also shot 3 more total. So the numbers kind of work themselves out more or less. I'm just gonna go based on just the shooting percentage. I'm not sure if the Heat don't shoot all that great again, there's no way that the Celtics don't beat them down. I don't think Jimmy Buckets is gonna let that happen, or the Dragon for that matter.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't think that we're gonna have that. I'm telling you, man, there was a stretch in that third quarter where the officiating was just going all Celtics. That's not happening. I like the Heat. I like the Heat just in this game just to get off to a nice commanding 2-0 lead.
Yeah,
I'll sleep way better tonight too.
I am wholeheartedly hoping I am wrong. I hope the Celtics get blown out. Now, that is not to say that I don't. There are players on the Celtics I enjoy, and I do like Brad Stevens. That's nothing really against the organization or anything like that. I'm just really pulling for the Heat. So I really hope. Just prove me wrong, please. Just blow them out. Miami, just blow them out. We'll see. See what happens. That game's about a half an hour away. We're gonna go ahead and cut this off. We hit our 10-minute mark, guys. So we'll see you guys in our next clip.